Hi everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's episode of Dye Time I'm going to be doing my second attempt at rain dyeing. My first attempt I did use far too much dye, and while I've got beautiful yarn it didn't have quite the right effect. So I'm going to try again. I'm using today 100 grams of Superwash merino yarn. It is dry, and the dyes I'm planning on using today are these ones. I've got strawberry frappe, mermaid dream and blue violet. They're all fibre reactive dyes from Dharma. First things first, I've got my gloves on, I've got my mask on, and I'm going to be speckling with mermaid's dream first. So I'm going to go in with a pinch and just sprinkle across this area. Now I would have preferred to mix this with some citric acid and then speckle with that, but this is all the citric acid I've got left. There really isn't much, so I'm planning on just sprinkling the citric acid on top and hoping that will be enough. If it isn't, then I will add vinegar to this once it's wet. I'm going to go wash these hands because I don't want to contaminate my next pot. Now sometimes I would make sure that I have another skein on hand that I can wipe my fingers off on, but I don't have that at the moment, so I'm just washing my hands, making sure they're completely dry like this, so I can now go into my next one, which is going to be strawberry frappe. So go in with a pinch and just sprinkle it. This one is a lot finer than the other one. The blue mermaid dream is a beautiful dye. It's a bit chunkier than this. This is a very, very fine powder. Now all the equipment I'm using is dedicated for dyeing. I never use it for food. Sprinkle this on. I'm not worried about getting super fine speckles, only because I've never quite managed that yet, and I know I'm using far too much dye for that. But hopefully, there we go, that will be enough of the strawberry frappe. Hopefully it'll be enough to make a nice effect on here, but without it being too much dye. I'm going into my final one, which is blue violet. My hands are clean again. Now I chose mermaid's dream and blue violet because they break in the most beautiful ways, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch some of those breaks on this. Strawberry frappe is just a really lovely pink, and it does split in some very pretty ways too. But I'm hoping that the three of these colours mixed together will look beautiful. Trying to blend them a little bit, but also still have some of the main colour together. So that sort of section was mermaid's dream, but I did put some of the blue violet over there, and the same with the strawberry frappe here. I think I might add a little bit more of each. First I'm going to go into mermaid's dream. I'll probably regret this, adding more, but there we go. Just a little bit of mermaid's dream. I haven't cleaned that hand, but I'm going to go in with my left hand now. It should be interesting because I am very right-handed and my left hand is essentially useless. So I don't mind if I go a little bit heavier with this strawberry frappe because it is quite pale. It's beautiful, but the mermaid's dream and the blue violet are quite strong colours. So I'll just put a little bit over here. There we go. One last one. I know I'll be editing this thinking, why did you go in and add all that extra? You ruined it by adding all that extra. But there we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's done now. I'm going to add my citric acid. There really isn't much here at all. So I'm just going to sprinkle this on all over, praying that this will be enough. I don't really have much experience with citric acid, So I don't know how well this will work. If I'm using far too much, nowhere near enough, I don't know. But what I'm going to do now, I can hear it dripping through. There's that much left. I'm going to leave it for now. And let me just check how much is... Oh, not much has fallen through, and not much dye has fallen through either, which is great. So now I'm going to put this outside. There we go. It's now out in my garden, and I'm going to leave it there until it is nicely wet. It's forecast to rain for the rest of the day, so I'll come back and check it in a few hours, see what it looks like. I might need to add some more dye to it. I don't know. But I can always add extra vinegar to this if I don't think I've put enough acid in there. Have a really close look. You can see there are some little specks where the rain has hit already. Have a look up. I don't see any splits yet. Doesn't mean we won't get any. Fingers crossed we do. But, quite excited about this. So I'll check back in a couple of hours, see how wet this is. This has been out in the rain for about 3 hours now. It's been steadily raining. There's not much liquid on the bottom, which is good. And the yarn is feeling pretty wet. So what I thought we'd do is just pick it up, have a look underneath. There's not much dye has come through. So I'm going to try and arrange this so that we've got not a huge mess, which is what we've got now. So try and get as much of the bare yarn at the top. That seems to be a big section. Make sure my hands are nice and dry. I've got my gloves back on, I've got my mask on. I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to do the tiniest little bit. This one's Mermaid's Dream. This one spreads quite a bit, so I'm just going to do one little pinch. Should have tried to focus. I said one. I lied. There we go. 2 little pinches of Mermaid's Dream. Now I have got my table protected with an old towel. And I did have my table protected last time with an old towel as well. I'm going to go into Strawberry Frappe now. A nice little pinch and just gradually let it go down here. The colours look beautiful together. I am happy with this. I really like this little patch there where it looks like the colours are starting to break, possibly. Finally, I'm going to go in for one little pinch of blue violet. I'm just dotting this where I think there might be some white patches. There's quite a lot there. If I can move some of that yarn and really get it in there. I don't mind if there are white patches. I think that'd be quite nice. I'm now going to put this back outside and leave it out there for at least 3 hours, probably until I go to bed. I may even leave it overnight, I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks in a few hours. I want to come in for a close-up of these colours. Don't they look lovely together? Really, really pretty. I really like this section here where you've got a lot of blue violet and strawberry frappe, and yeah, it looks like some of them may be starting to break, or it could be just the colours mixing together, I don't know, but still think it's gorgeous. I brought this in last night just before I went to bed, so it has been outside in the rain for probably about 6 hours in total, and it's been inside all day and it is still very, very wet. It did sit in the sun for a little while, but it hasn't been overly sunny today. And I just want to say, look at this. There are speckles of colour. We've got oranges, we've got pinks and purples and blues, and that's just in that one little bit. I really, really hope I haven't put too much dye on this. We'll see, but it looks beautiful. Look at that. I love it. I just really hope we keep it now. I'm just going to pop this into steam now for probably about well, at least 40 minutes. And I just wanted to note that there's a little bit of water in there with a bit of colour, but overall it's not actually that much in there. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to throw that away. I had this steaming for probably about 50 minutes in total, and now it's completely cooled down. So, moment of truth. Well, that's hopeful. There's no dye in the runoff water there. And this is just cold tap water. I don't think this is bleeding. It doesn't look like there's any dye in that. I'm going to add a little bit of washing up liquid. That will just help to remove any unbound dye that's in there, anything we don't necessarily want. This was sitting outside for probably about 6 to 7 hours, so there could be bits in here that came from outside that we don't want in here. I think that's pretty clear. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, there might be maybe a hint of colour in there. I don't know if that was colour in there or if that was a trick of the light. But I think if I remove this and just look at the water, I think that's pretty clear. So I'm just going to rinse this through a couple more times and then I can let it hang out to dry. And here is my finished rain dyed yarn. I would say this is a big success. I absolutely love this yarn. It is speckled, it's fun, there's big patches of colour like there is here, but there's still some speckles on it, there's still some white on it, there's breaking where the colour, the dye has broken into blues and pinks that it's made of. We've got the pink breaking into sort of nice orangey colours, and oh, it's just a beautiful mass of colour, and I love it. I really, really love it. I'm so happy with this. I think in the future when I do rain dyeing, I will stick to commercial dyes rather than food colouring. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this rain dyeing experiment. Should I do this again? And if I should, which colours should I use? Let me know. I publish a new dyeing tutorial every Monday, usually around 6 PM UK time. So make sure you've got those notifications turned on so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Great. I'm so happy with this. I think in the future when I do rain dyeing, I will stick to commercial dyes rather than food colouring. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this rain dyeing experiment. Should I do this again? And if I should, which colours should I use? Let me know. I publish a new dyeing tutorial every Monday, usually around 6 PM UK time. So make sure you've got those notifications turned on so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching.